So with regard to monitoring hurricanes, oftentimes meteorologists are working together to see basically them start out as a disturbance, move to a depression, then upgrade to a storm, and then a tropical cyclone or a hurricane. And I mentioned the whole airplane things, flying through the hurricane and dropping these gizmos. Actually, the airplane, as it flies through the hurricane, as I understand it, can get some great data to go ahead and analyze what's going on within the weather system. Doppler radar would be like on the ground. Remember, we said Doppler radar gives us information with regard to, in addition to intensity, I think it also gives us movement, so we can get some sort of sense for rotation. Vortrack there is basically saying that the meteorologists work together to get their radars to network to go ahead and make sure that they have as much information as possible about the hurricane. This is, and I say it's a Doppler radar image, but I'm not so sure. I think it just kind of looks like precipitation to me. But this over here is showing you, the red line is showing you the predicted, the forecasted pressures, and then the yellow dots are showing you actually what they, the information that they really got. So, again, with regard, one ingredient in developing your good strong hurricane has to do with the temperature of the water. And so, if you look closely, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are those. Remember, we have those buoys out there that are sending back information. So, like for instance, this one says looks like it has a temperature of 80. Has a temperature of 80, and remember, this number here would be. Well, it depends on how this model is set up, but those are giving you information out in the ocean. And here we have somebody hard at work in Florida, National Hurricane Center. Active time, looks like he's having. And here in the Midwest, we talk about severe weather watches and severe weather warnings. And a hurricane watch and a hurricane warning have kind of that same significance. A watch just means that conditions are favorable. We'll just see what the weather system does. This can be outwards to 36 hours before the storm is over a particular location. Hurricane warning means it looks like it's really going to happen. So just like all other weather forecasts, the shorter term the forecast, the more likely it is to be accurate. So I'm going to kind of show you that there's this cool thing I think is called a forecast cone, or cone of uncertainty, with regard to where is the hurricane going to be in the coming hours. And it kind of fans out from where it is from its current location. So this last bullet up here, actually, I've watched a documentary recently, again, on Hurricane Katrina, and one of the things that honestly came back to kind of bite them was that, I want to say a couple of years prior to Hurricane Katrina, there was another hurricane come through and, you know, told everybody to evacuate New Orleans, and people maybe did, but the hurricane didn't ever develop into what they were afraid it was going to be. So when Hurricane Katrina came and the issuance went out that everyone was supposed to evacuate, you know, they kind of were a little more lethargic to do that because of what had happened before. So it's so hard to send out an alert. You know, if you send them out and they are false, or they turn out not to be correct, then people won't listen to you next time. It's hard. And actually, the last chapter in this unit of material, we're going to talk about weather forecasting in general, and including hurricane forecasting. It's a hard thing to do. Anyway, last slide then. What you see is basically the red is the current date, Tuesday at 5 p.m. And then can you see kind of the fanning out of the blue, and notice that at 2 p.m. that's where they think it will be the next day. Okay, 2 p.m. on Thursday, that's where they think it will go. Okay, but then about 2 p.m. Friday, notice that the S is changed to an H, so it's upgraded from a tropical storm to a hurricane. You know, this is just looking in advance and then see how it kind of fans out from there. So actually this is information, a forecast associated with Tropical Storm Dean in '07.